There's Cancer right there as a Chariot. So the overall energy here is the Ten of Cups. Beautiful energy. That's union between two people. There's children dancing, sunshine, rainbows, lots of love. 10 cups. Equal exchange of love, enjoying. It's just so much joy in this card. So this is surrounding your entire reading. Let's find out why. Up here in your highest energy is the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about waiting. I think you've been waiting for this relationship. And waiting and waiting and waiting. Maybe that's why you're not together anymore. Maybe the waiting went on way too long. So waiting for a relationship to come to fruition is what the Seven of Pentacles is all about. And then above the overall energy of the Ten of Cups, I have the Seven of Swords. Well, there was something deceitful. Something was hidden from you. It could be lying, stealing, cheating. It could be rumors. A lot of times, it can be the taking of love, not the returning of love. It could be an uneven relationship where someone just takes and the other one gives. So let's just keep reading. I have the Hermit next to the Seven of Swords. And the Hermit is the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Hermit here is your energy of seeking your path forward. Like, what do you do now? Where do you go? What does your future look like? And the universe hears you. They are shining the lantern on the Seven of Swords. So they're kind of pointing out that there was something going on here, is why this relationship did not come to fruition. There was something deceitful. It's like they were hiding something from you. No idea what it was. I mean, it could have been just about anything. I do have the Death card here, and it is under the Seven of Pentacles. So the Death card is the card for Scorpio. So Scorpio might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the energy of the Death card is the end of the old, the beginning of the new. It's like ringing out the old year, ringing in the new year. It's like a new cycle. It's a new life. It's leaving some things behind that don't serve you. And one of those things is the waiting, which is right above the Death card. It's also right next to the Ten of Cups. So you may be moving right towards the Ten of Cups and not even know it, because the Death card is actually riding right towards the Ten of Cups in this reading here. It's usually to a better place. I mean, leaving the old behind. Sometimes you have to, and you have to move forward. You may be feeling like you have to, but it still feels like you're moving towards the Ten of Cups. I have the Two of Swords here. So it feels like this is under the Hermit. I think that you really, you knew there was something deceitful going on in this relationship. I think you were blocking it for a while. I think you just didn't want to hurt your heart. You didn't want this relationship to fall apart, because I think you still have a lot of love. If you want them to return, you still love them. You have a blindfold on. Your swords are up in protection. So protecting that heart of yours by not dealing with the situation, and it finally fell apart. And it's because of this deceitful behavior. That's what was making you wait and wait and wait. Under the Death card, the end of the old, the beginning of the new, is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is all about moving forward. Again, right under the Death card. Moving away from rocky waters towards smoother, calmer waters. And it's like the more swords of truth and clarity that you pick up here, the further across that lake that you can get towards a more peaceful place in your life. And you're doing it. I know you're doing it because where these cards are placed. I have the King of Pentacles next to the Six of Swords and under the Ten of Cups. So look at this. So you're moving forwards. You're moving towards, it looks like the King of Pentacles. And then we have the overall energy here of the Ten of Cups. So, the King of Pentacles is all about the pentacle. It's about security, stability, groundedness. It can be about commitment. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. That might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. It's under the Ten of Cups. It's right next to moving forward. So, I feel like so far I have another half to go. So far, I think there still is hope for this relationship. I have the Chariot right next to the King of Pentacles. This is your card, Cancer. But also, the Chariot is about moving forward. It's like one snap of those rings, those sphinxes there, they can get up and they can book. So, it's right below the Two of Swords. So in blocking, not dealing with this situation that I think you kind of knew, and you're just kind of ignoring and hoping it would go away or something like that, you were actually preventing yourself from moving forward. And I think it's in this relationship. I think this is something that had to be dealt with, has to be dealt with, in order to move forward to a more peaceful place in this relationship. Because that's all we're focusing on is, will they return? I think they're going to return. I got the Death card. I think, with that Death card there, they might be leaving this deceitful energy behind and coming forward. Okay, so I have the Seven of Cups here. This is up in your highest energy. This is confusion and love. You're wondering, oh my gosh, should I waste all that time on a cup that's never going to come to fruition? Because you really feel like that with that Seven of Pentacles. All these cups are the wrong cups. There is no right cup to pick there. They all have something else in them that supersedes the love. So there's other interests, just like the relationship just did not come first at all. And so you probably had some of those relationships. Most of us have. Hold that down a little bit. And you're just standing there all confused and wondering if that was one of those relationships again. It's next to the Hermit. They know that you're confused about this whole thing. They are shining the lantern, though, on that deceitful energy that you were blocking, dealing with. They were breadcrumbing you. This usually has to do with that deceitful energy. This is like someone was giving a lot more to the relationship than the other one. And I think it was the other one who was breadcrumbing you, because I think it threw your scales off balance. And I think you're trying to recover from that. I think you're seeing things for how they were. So they were only feeding you enough to keep you hanging in there. They really weren't into this. They weren't acting like, they were acting like they had something in their cup of love. Next to the Six of Pentacles is the Queen of Wands. This is fire. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But this is your energy. And so this is holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. But the Queen of Wands is the most passionate card in the deck. And I feel like wherever you put your love, you really put your passions, whether it's gardens, animals, whether it's people, your work, it doesn't matter. But I really think you have a lot of passion for this person, because we are doing this reading about will they return. I think you're still holding on to that passion for this person. And under the Seven of Cups and next to the Two of Swords, where you were blocking, not dealing with the situation, is a Wheel of Fortune. Yay! So the Wheel of Fortune is the universe. It's like the universe is all involved now. The universe, the wheel is turning, and when that wheel starts turning, you can't stop it, and it's moving you toward the better. The wheel for the better is what it, really says. The Wheel of Fortune. So, things are changing. You're moving past this confusion and love. You're moving past this blocking of dealing with the situation. Actually, I have the Page of Wands right next to the Wheel of Fortune. And this tells me, I think there's something that you need to say. And I think it's brewing, and I think it's going to come up. Because it's going to come out your mouth. And it is about moving forward. So I think you're going to. I think you are, maybe it's them. But it feels like you are going to say something. There's going to be a conversation about the relationship, about the way it was and the way you would like it to be. The Page of Wands here is right under the Six of Pentacles, which is the breadcrumbing, needs to be talked about. I think you're finally like taking off the blindfold, let the swords down. You're like, well, they already broke my heart. Might as well say what's on my mind, you know. I have the Fool card here right next to the Page of Wands and right under the Queen of Wands. So you might have just kind of leaped into this relationship in the beginning. It might have been a whole lot of fun. Very carefree, throwing caution to the wind, living in the moment, bouncing along with your head in the clouds. But I think what happened is love got involved. And when love gets involved, you take your head out of the clouds and you start to look forward. Like, where are we going from here? So you may have been the only one, or felt like you were the only one that was looking forward, and that's why it didn't come to fruition. So you were very passionate. I think you had a lot of love for this person. And the universe is, it's almost like the universe is trying to get you and your person to move forward, but somebody needs to take action. Somebody needs to speak out here. It might be you that starts that conversation. It's kind of hard to say which one at the moment. Maybe I will after I read these. Let's see. Under the Wheel of Fortune and next to the Chariot is the Six of Wands. This is success in love. That's what it's all about. All these wands coming up in the background, that's about people who see you as a couple, people who are celebrating your successes in love. And that is right under the Wheel of Fortune and right next to the Chariot. So, wow, this is what's happening. So I think they're coming in. I do. I think you're going to work things out. I think you're going to talk things out. Here's under the Page of Wands and next to the Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. There was a third energy. There was something that they were hiding, and I don't know if it was alcohol or an addiction or a person or an influence like a mother or a friend or a sibling or something. It's hard to say, but there was a third influence going on here. And that's what was making them hide things. They didn't talk about it. If they did, they didn't tell you everything. And that's why they had something in their cup of love. That's why they were breadcrumbing you. And all this is going to come out because somebody is going to bring it up, whether it's you or them. And as it turns out, this whole experience, so they're coming back, okay? I can see they're coming back. It looks like you're going to work out whatever was going on, and I think it was on their end. And I have the Judgment card right under the Fool, right next to the Three of Pentacles. There's your guardian angels and your spirit guides, and they're blowing the horn down on you, and you're awakening to some sort of spiritual lesson. And I think this spiritual lesson, and they're so hard to get through. I think it's about how to, don't be in the Two of Swords. If there's a problem, deal with it. Most problems don't go away on their own. Most problems need to be dealt with. For every problem, there's a solution. And without dealing with it, the problem doesn't go away. And I think that's part of your spiritual lesson here, is deal with it. So I think this is you speaking out here. I think this is you wanting some answers. Okay, let's take out a clarifying card from the Arcanum deck. Beautiful illustrations. If one pops out, this is your clarifying card. If not, then I will pull one from the deck. There's a rhythm going here. Very slippery cards. Oh, and there it is right there. The Devil. Well, the Devil card, this is toxic energy. Of course it was toxic. They were hiding something from you. They were breadcrumbing you. They couldn't provide all the love that you felt for them. So, yeah, toxic energy. And you have to really look for the two other figures. They are there. And it's bondage. They were tied. Something was tied to them. Again, it's just confirming that. This card goes right here between the two sections. So the Hermit, reaching out to the universe, they're saying, hey, they were hiding something. This is what was holding back the relationship. This is why they couldn't provide the love that you felt for them. So, yeah, there's some talking that needs to be going on here, and just to get this relationship back on track. You can't just keep ignoring a situation for fear your heart will be broken, because it's already reached a point of no return unless you speak up. And that's what these cards are saying. So talk, and talk about a fresh start, new beginning, and how that might look, and if it's even possible. But I do think that you will be moving forward with them. And it might be a little bit slow at first, but then I think speed will pick up with this Chariot, and then you will be seen as a couple, and you're going to get right back on track to where you wanted to go in this relationship.